What's going on, everybody? It's been a wild week/weekend. We're talking Browns. Joining me, you guys know him if you've been paying attention to the channel, Mr. Cam Chase and Cameron Crawford. What's going on, man?
Sir, what's good, my boy? How you feeling, man?
Man, I think I've felt every emotion a human could possibly have this week. It's been nuts, man. So you were on the train of you didn't think we had any chance at Watson. You want to go ahead and explain like why you thought there's no chance?
Well, looking at the situation outside, it looked like we had no chance. I mean, first we were out. I'm like, okay, dang it. I know we didn't have a chance. The next thing you know, boom, Deshaun Watson is a Cleveland Brown. I'm like, wow. So, I mean, it just, the way the situation was going with Baker and all the drama, it just looked like we didn't have a chance.
Yeah, it was crazy because like we were in it and then we were out and then we were back in and then we were officially out and then we got it. It's like,
Yeah, I'm like,
how does that
it
happen?
was crazy. I mean, but anything can happen though, man. It's the NFL.
Yeah, it's nuts. So want to talk about the trade itself. What did you think about what we had to give up and what we got back? Like what do you think it was?
Well, first off, I wasn't a big fan of trading for Deshaun Watson. I mean, if we got a chance to fire him, definitely go for it. But I'm just one of those guys that I don't like to give up a lot of draft capital. So I
Yeah.
wasn't I really wasn't in on it for real. But I mean, I seen what the Browns could be if we got Watson. So I'm like, we trying to win now, so you got to give up some stuff for it. So I mean, why not?
Yeah, I thought that because there was a bunch of rumors, right, that Ward was going to be in it, Newsom, JOK, along with the picks, right? So, I mean, when it came
Definitely.
out what it actually was, I wasn't mad at all. I think we
Oh yeah,
robbed them.
no doubt. I definitely did not want to give up Denzel Ward, and when I seen it was just picks, I was pretty happy.
Dude, it was wild. So I got to ask you, where were you when you found out and what was your reaction? Did you think he was hacked?
So I was driving, and
Oh,
I got my
shoot.
I have I have post notifications on for Browns by Brad. So I'm driving, I'm driving.
Yeah.
Phone goes off, notification. I see breaking news under the thing. I'm like, oh, I gotta click this. I click it. Deshaun Watson's a Cleveland Brown. I'm like, bro, what? I put my phone down, just driving. I'm like, wow. Immediately after that, bro, my phone starts blowing up. I'm telling everybody, hold on, I'm gonna call you back. Hold on, I'm driving. Hold on, bro. Like it was crazy, man.
Bro, I was at work, right? And I was on a Twitter Spaces that Brad was actually on. So I got
Oh,
his
okay.
first reaction. Dude, he just started screaming like, "Oh my gosh, we got Watson, we got Watson." And I was like, "What?" I looked down my phone. I sprinted straight out of my work screaming. I'll never forget it, bro. It was crazy.
Hey, man, it was. I just couldn't believe it, bro. I'm like, wow. I was speechless, bro. All I could say was wow.
Yeah, it's nuts. Still crazy, bro. I watch his highlights and I
Madden.
can't believe he's our quarterback.
Yeah, bro. I've been playing Madden nonstop, bro, and I haven't even played the game I haven't played the game in a minute, bro. But I've been playing Madden nonstop, bro, for the past 2 weeks. I mean, for the past week.
Yeah, man, it's nuts. I can't believe it. But let's get into like our offense now as a whole because we didn't give up players, right? We signed, or I should say, we traded for Amari Cooper. Do you
Yeah.
think that Jarvis Landry's coming back, or do you think it's going to be Will Fuller?
Um, I feel like if Jarvis Landry was going to come back, I feel like he would have came back already,
Yeah.
or we would have been hearing, a little more than what we are. So I mean, I really don't know if Will Fuller will be here. I mean, I hope he is. I mean, I hope we end up with both guys.
Mhm.
But whatever Barry does, I trust in him. So I would love Jarvis Landry to be back though.
Yeah, definitely. I think that when you have a guy like that, right, who was here during the rough years and was a part of building this, man, it would suck if we won a Super Bowl without a guy like that.
Facts.
But so I want to ask you about this, right? So we only gave up our first round pick for this draft. So odds are we're not going to use all those picks. I think what Andrew Berry should do is package a couple of them picks, move up into the bottom of the first if you can, and pick a receiver, right? Because you got Deshaun Watson on that 5-year contract, fully guaranteed. You spent all this money to go get him. To me, when you look at our receiver room, we don't really have guys locked up long term like that. So, I mean, I feel like we should go out, get a guy if they like somebody who falls, then you have them for sure for that 4-year, 5th-year option. What do you think about that?
Definitely, I would not. I actually love that idea, Derek. I just really don't feel like any teams will actually be willing to do that for us. But that's definitely a great point. I think it was Cooper have what 2 more years, a year maybe.
I think it's 2, right?
Yeah, I think it is too.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that wouldn't be a bad idea, but I just don't feel like anybody would be willing to do that.
Yeah. I mean, well, the way the draft's going to fall is going to be weird, right? Because there's been so many trades. But we'll have to wait and see on that. But so let's talk about Watson's impact, right? This is going to be the best offensive line, best run game, and really better receivers now than he had in Houston. Like, how good can he be?
Just even the offensive line itself, bro. I mean, look at the offensive line he had in Houston, bro. He literally had no time. He had to make plays, bro. But I mean, like, it's kind of scary, Derek, to see this type of offensive line that he has and to see how much time he's going to have. And then look at this, bro. Browns fans have been begging for a quarterback like this for years, bro. Someone that is mobile, someone that can get out the pocket. I mean, someone that we can run zone reads and read options with, bro, you know. So I can't wait to see that, bro. I love a mobile quarterback. You know, from watching Ohio State back in the day with Braxton Miller, JT Berry, those guys, bro. I fell in love with the read option and zone read, bro. So I feel like, you know, watching that with the Browns, bro, it remind me of the old days with Ohio State, bro.
Yeah. So in terms of those read options and stuff, right? That's something we haven't seen from the Browns because Baker obviously, you know, not mobile. But I feel like we're gonna see a lot more. Everybody's talking about Kevin Stefanski's offense, right? And there's some people who hate this trade who are saying, "Oh, he's not gonna change." I disagree. I think you'll still have the kind of generic layout of the same offense, but you're going to see a lot of RPOs more, a lot of Deshaun Watson specific run plays, you know, the options and stuff like that. I know you do a lot of film breakdown. So for anybody who like hasn't heard you talk or anything like that, give like a quick breakdown in terms of like how the Browns can evolve this offense with stuff like that.
So basically, Derek, a way that I would kind of evolve the Browns offense, like you said, RPOs, you know, involving the action with the faking and the handoff and the pulling it, slants, quick passes, and just letting that quarterback be athletic, bro. When you have a quarterback that's athletic like that, it's just way much more easy, Derek. I mean, yeah, we were Stefanski was kind of a little limited, you know, with Baker. You know, couldn't do a lot of stuff that Watson can do. So definitely look for the RPOs, a lot of action, reading the defensive end, pulling, all of that. So definitely look forward to that. Most definitely. Because, I mean, it's Watson's game. So if you guys don't understand what I mean by that, kind of take Lamar Jackson's game for a standpoint. Not fully, though, but kind of look how Lamar Jackson takes the handoff, fakes the run, and pulls it and takes off. So basically look for a little bit of that.
Yeah. I mean, we had the most dominant run game in the NFL by far, and now we just added Deshaun Watson to that. With this line, oh my gosh, it's going to be nuts. But another thing, though, that I think people aren't really talking about are the guys we currently have, right? A great elite quarterback like Deshaun Watson is. I mean, last time he was on the field, he was top 3 in every stat. With a bad team, bad line, bad receivers, he elevates everybody, right? So I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at Donovan Peoples-Jones, David Njoku, and Kareem Hunt really getting involved in the pass game. What do you think that those guys can do as far as like taking it to the next level with Deshaun Watson as their quarterback?
I feel like this offense, this quarterback will definitely pair good with Njoku, you know. That's him and being a bigger target. I would love for them to put him out wide as well a little bit, you know. I love seeing Kareem Hunt as a receiver, bro. I love seeing him out the backfield catching balls. Um, I just feel like, bro, I feel like this Deshaun Watson thing, it opens so much more doors for us, bro. Instead of, Stefanski having to close some doors on some plays, it expands our options.
Yeah, and so along those lines, right? The one complaint that I had last year as far as our offense, the defense played everything in the box, right? So Nick Chubb, as dominant as he was going up against like a crazy, crazy defense every week, stacking the box, defensive blitzes, run blitzes, plugging holes. So now that you have a legitimate pass threat in Amari Cooper and you have a legit quarterback now in Deshaun Watson, what do you think for both of these guys, right? For Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb, what type of seasons are you expecting from them? And do you think they're going to share the ball a lot more now that you have that third run threat in there with the quarterback?
I'm expecting to see another 2020 season out of those guys. Those guys were workhorses for us during that playoff run. So I expect to see the same production out of that year and maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, I can't wait because Kareem Hunt, man, he's always been underrated. And obviously we know what Nick Chubb is. We love Nick Chubb. But I think Hunt's game is going to be able to be utilized more, right? Just out of the backfield, all the different stuff. So I wanted to ask you, because for anybody who does not know Cam does all kinds of film breakdowns and stuff. And some of his best stuff is on the offensive line. We released J.C. Treader, and Nick Harris is obviously going to be the starter now. Last year, Harris played in the Green Bay Packer game on Christmas Day, that disaster. But if you don't watch the game itself and you just look at Nick Harris, he actually played really, really well. So what do you think about Nick Harris next year? Are you confident with him being a starting center? What do you think his best skill sets are?
Well, first off, Derek, J.C. Treader, what a tremendous leader for the Browns, bro. He was there when we were at the bottom, kind of helped build us up a little bit. He's definitely going to be missed on the Browns for his leadership, and this is a class act guy. So yeah, Browns will miss J.C. Treader, but getting back to Nick Harris, bro. If there was a better time for him to be a starter, it would be now. J.C. Treader was kind of getting up there, injuries were piling up. Nick Harris, I feel like he gives you a little bit more run blocking,
Yeah.
I should say. Getting him outside. He's athletic, so he can get out there, full block. He can get out there and run. So you use the Green Bay Packers game, for example. If you go back and watch the film, watch him and Wyatt Taylor. I mean, they were really getting out there on those full blocks and just destroying them. So I think for the run game, Nick Harris brings a lot to the table.
Yeah, I cannot wait for Nick Harris. I know there's a lot of people right now who are like, oh man, our center, because JC, obviously he was great for the Browns and everything, but I mean, Nick Harris is going to just bring that next level, like what you talked about in terms of athleticism, getting to the next level, getting a body on linebackers and safeties creeping up. I can't wait for Nick Harris. Now another guy, go ahead.
He may struggle, but I mean, he hasn't been a full-time starter. So, it kind of takes him getting used to being a full-time starter. So, if he struggles, I think he'll be fine a little bit. He just got to get his feet, adjusted to being a full-time starter. So that I don't think you would have to worry about Nick Harris.
No, yeah. And we also try to throw him in at guard too a little bit. So once he firmly gets set at center, I think it'll be good. But another guy along that offensive line that I wanted to ask you about when we did this, a lot of people are really kind of skeptical about Jed Wills right now, right? He's had a lot of good, but he's also been hurt and he's had some bad. Do you think now that he's going to be back healthy with a different quarterback, do you think that Jedrick Wills' skill set in terms of, he's got great technique, right? His footwork is incredible. How do you think he's going to take a next step next year under center with this new offense, whether it be Jacoby or Deshaun?
Well, I think a lot of people, don't really understand. Jedrick Wills is a right tackle at Alabama, and playing from the right side on the left side of the line is a major, major, major difference. I mean, his rookie year played phenomenal. I did not expect that from his rookie year. But I mean, his sophomore year, battled through injuries, what I feel like what he was doing last year, I feel like he was playing not to get hurt instead of just playing. So when you play not to get hurt, you tend to get hurt. So I feel like his confidence was kind of down with the injury, but I think Jed will be fine.
Yeah, I think I don't know. Jed's kind of a complicated one, right? Because he's really good, and then sometimes he's not. So I feel like he's still getting his feet wet, but the entire offensive line is pretty much as solid as you can get. Obviously, Conklin's coming off of the injury, but I wanted to ask you. So we traded Case Keenum, which I think I can speak for us both. Thank God. Um, so now that Jacoby's our starter, right? I think it's
Yeah.
a great get because you got a guy who's got a lot of starting experience. He's a really good leader, and he's got a cannon arm. He's going to be able to push the ball downfield. Now, he might not be the most accurate, but what do you think if Deshaun Watson gets suspended for X amount of games? I'm not going to say how many, but if he gets suspended, how do you feel the transition from the offense that we've seen for the last 2 years compared to what we'll see now is because of a guy like Jacoby Brissett kind of being that stopgap guy?
Well, first off, as you said, Jacoby Brissett is definitely a way better quarterback than Case Keenum. No shot to Case Keenum, bro. What a great guy, did a lot of things for Cleveland, came in, won us a few games. But his arm is stronger than Keenum's. So it gives us a more passing offense if we need. Well, when he plays, he will most likely play.
Yeah.
It gives us his feet. So it gives us a kind of dual threat option with him, pass and run. So I feel like, his experience with the Patriots, Bill Belichick, his experience with Indianapolis even, they trusted him to go in there and win games, and he did that. So I feel like, pairing, him with Watson will be kind of a great little pickup for the Browns,
Yeah, I definitely think their skill sets are a lot similar than if we kept Keenum around.
Yeah, definitely. The only thing about keeping Keenum around is, he could have helped Deshaun learn the offense a little quicker, That's the only thing I probably would have kept Keenum around for. It'll help him, understand the offense way quicker, But, I mean, the Browns obviously seen something that they wanted. They went out there and got it, And who would have thought we would get a 7th-round pick for that man,
Dude, I was just about to say, how did we get a pick for Case Keenum at this point in his career?
We couldn't even get a 7th-round pick for Baker.
Dude, that is nuts. Actually, I'm glad you brought that up. That's another thing that I was wanting to bring up here. This whole Baker stuff, right? When do you think he's going to get traded? Because my thoughts right now are we're probably going to end up having to eat like half this cap and then trade him and hopefully be able to get a pick. Do you think he's going to Seattle? Because, I mean, right now it seems like they're the only ones that even somewhat like him.
I feel like Seattle's going to be under the pressure, and they are going to get him. I just feel like it's too much pressure under Seattle, and they need to go get him. So I feel like they are going to get him.
When do you think it'll happen? Do you think it'll keep going on for a little bit longer?
I think it should be over by next week.
Dude, I hope so. I'm just getting sick and tired of all this Baker stuff. Man, this dude really is acting like the AB of quarterbacks. It's so bad. But so anyway, I wanted to ask you another thing I wanted to say was Jadeveon Clowney, right? So it's rumored that Jadeveon Clowney is likely to come back. If he doesn't come back, we know that the Browns are interested in trading for Danielle Hunter. What do you think about that? Would you rather have Clowney back on like a 2-year, I think it was like 24 mil that we offered, or would you want to go trade for Danielle Hunter?
Personally, I would want Clowney. He brought a lot to this team last year, not just from a leadership standpoint, but from a production on the field as well. I mean, I did not expect that to get that much out of Clowney, to be honest, Derek. Clowney, I just feel like, it just feels right to bring him back. Somebody that knows the system, knows the players and coaches,
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Clowney's strengths, as great as Danielle Hunter would be, I know that contract, I believe, is not great. And I think Clowney's strengths and Miles' strengths kind of merge, right? Because Miles is more of that power rush, pass defense guy, where Clowney, he's the elite run defender, but he can still get there. I mean, we've seen Clowney had his best season in terms of like sacks and stuff that he's had in a long time. and that was playing opposite of Miles. So
definitely.
Yeah. So sticking to that defensive line, Akeem Hicks, do you want him?
If we can get him for the right price, you can't go wrong with having too many veterans, and defensive line is a need, especially in the middle of that D line.
Yeah, can you imagine if we went into next year with Myles Garrett, Jadeveon Clowney, Akeem Hicks, and whoever at the other D tackle spot? I mean, those three in itself are game wreckers. That defense would be nuts. So anyway, I think that's like all the questions I could think of. You got anything else you want to talk about?
What do you think we're gonna do with Malik McDowell? As of right now, he's still a member of the Crown. Well, no, isn't he a free agent?
I don't know. Yeah, because he was going to be a free agent this year. Obviously, we didn't re-sign him.
So never mind.
I don't know. I mean, it would shock me if they brought him back, but if for whatever reason he gets cleared of this stuff, and that's the thing. The difference between Malik McDowell and Deshaun Watson is we have it all on camera, and it's not exactly fun to look at. But I mean, we'll see. I don't know. I feel like they're gonna draft D tackle, to be honest. But I don't know. It's just kind of a wait and see.
Yeah.
But so I think if we're gonna wrap this up, there's only one way we can wrap this up after today. Why in the world did CJ Stroud wear that helmet? I mean, come on, dude. Come on.
That helmet is terrible.
He's got a car windshield.
You gotta put a picture of that helmet on the video.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna cut it and I'm gonna put it right on your head, and I'm gonna make it look like. Bro, I don't know what he was thinking.
That helmet is pretty bad.
Who was that in that video? Was that his dad or something who was flaming him?
I don't know who that was, but they were cooking that man.
I hope he does. I swear, if he wears that helmet this year, I'm gonna throw up every game. I don't know why. You were telling me, you sent it to me. The whoever Oklahoma's new quarterback is, he's wearing it too.
It's pretty bad.
I mean, come on. I get safety and trying to keep these guys upright, but I mean, come on, bro. Why the face mask doesn't even go all the way up like you were telling me earlier? What are they thinking? Oh, man.
I don't know.
Though, what's going to happen, right? Whoever our kick returner is this year, they're going to probably be wearing that. And every time we're on special teams, you're going to have just a zoomed in player with that helmet on it. It's just going to look disgusting.
And they're going to get smacked as well.
Oh, yeah, definitely. All right. You got anything else you want to say before we wrap up here?
No, man, that's everything, man.
All right, everybody, go follow Cam on Instagram, on Twitter. What is it on Instagram? Cam Chasen, and then you got another one. What is it?
Yeah, Cam Chasen 7, and on Twitter, Hollywood.
Yep, and I'll tag him in this. So everybody, if you're from Twitter, we got a lot of new people over here from Twitter finding the channel. Go follow Cam. Like I said a couple times now, he does a lot of great film breakdown and stuff. I wish YouTube would let us do it. We would be doing it right now, but they'll shut my channel down. I already got a warning for like a Mac way back when I put a 2-second clip of Mac Wilson in. So, I mean, it is what it is. But all right, everybody, I'll tag him. Go follow him. Thanks for watching. Let us know your thoughts, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.